So where we are going to be picking up this week, last time we played Wild Beyond the Witchlight, the characters had were just coming off of sort of a mixed bag. They had gone to Loomlurch and they had recovered one of the artifacts that they'd come to Prismir to find, sort of. Arlo found the coffin, although it's affixed around the neck of a Harengon kind of animated doll. But Vish's tools, which are suspected to be in Loomlurch, were not recovered. They saved a number of children from Loomlurch, but left one of theirs behind, one of their kind behind, Will of the Feywild. And so um, the group went back to Little Oak, the big tree ent with the tree house in its limbs to kind of recuperate. Hey, Galaxian, thank you for the subscription. 22 months. Appreciate that. Glad you could, yeah, glad you could stop by here tonight. So yeah, we're just giving a little recap of the campaign. So they went back to Little Oak to just sort of recollect and try to figure out what's next for them. Some of the children like Sloane and Bobby had suggested that maybe some advice might be important, and so uh, the group kind of deliberated a bit about what they might do next, but ultimately did go and went to the unicorn's pool using a costume that the kids had kind of put together. Although I don't know, maybe the original costume wouldn't have worked, but it had been kind of spruced up a little bit by Pincushion, the doll. So um, and this plan worked. It allowed Vish, Lim, and I believe Maple was maybe the third one. I don't know. Three of you, I think, went to talk with the unicorn. And Lamorna is her name, and she appeared before you. You managed to get through the magical ward that protects that area, and you talked to her a bit. Long story short, she did have a bit of advice for you, and that was to utilize the relationship between the sisters, perhaps to coax Granny Nightshade out, and maybe even get her out of the realm of Thither altogether. And so her suggestion was to go to Jan and get a production going, get something going on her stage because it's been a while since any performances and whatnot have happened, and um, doing something there might spark an invitation to originate from uh, the sister there. Blanking on her name, Mother Endelyn, Endelyn, I think, Endelyn Moongrave, I believe that's her name. Um, And so that was the suggestion. You were kind of getting into it with her a little bit, asking some questions. And then, kablamo, out of nowhere, crazy little dwarf just shows up and he's like stabby stab right down the unicorn's neck. And Lamorna managed to cast a spell, it would seem, and warped out of the area and disappeared. Um, this dwarf seemed kind of flummoxed that happened and looked at you all, and you guys started like beating the shit out of him. So he tried to he tried to get out of there, but to no avail. He did slip at some point. He was kind of chatting with you guys as he was like swimming away, and the name of Maple's brother had been dropped. So there's some association there. Apparently, Maple's brother, maybe the boss man of whatever group this dwarf was from. A number of magic missiles fragged him. So I assume his body is just sitting there at the bottom of Lamorna's lake, because I don't know. I think you guys just left after that. So, you know, she'll take care of it, I'm sure.
Looted the corpse.
Oh yeah,
we
you
were
did.
looking for potions.
Oh yeah, you
So you
probably
had the empty potion, right?
did. You
The
like?
empty invisibility potion on
We were
him and
looking.
stuff.
We were looking for a mushroom circle to leave him at.
That's a good idea.
Oh, do you want to have done that?
Could we?
Yes.
Yeah. You're gonna have to make me a little random roll here.
The whole night's gonna go in this direction now.
Roll me a d8. Let's say Isaac, since you asked the question or
8.
Yes.
suggested that.
8.
8.
That's what you wanted.
Okay.
This
It's nice
magnitude
music.
number you could have rolled. Job.
So when you go and you leave him at one of these fairy rings, he had experience with this, just kind of sort of mushrooms and plant-like material in a very deliberate circle in a clearing. And it's not really much trouble to find one of these. Like if you go out, you're not running into them all the time, but if you're looking for it, you're going to see it off in the distance. And so on your way back to Little Oak, find one. Unlike the previous one that you'd been at, however, the mushrooms are just dormant. Like they're not the singing and bouncing around. They're not super animated. It doesn't feel like a Roger Rabbit scene. It's just sort of mundane. But there is a circle there, and there's a number of mushrooms in that sort of pattern. And who would be among you, like, kind of bringing this? He's a stocky dwarf. Probably takes at least two of you, maybe, to be carrying. So maybe Maple's at the front end, like, kind of lifting him up, giving a little forward momentum. And do we have a second person?
I mean, I'll say Vish.
Can-
Vish will do it.
Vish can.
Okay. So the two of you are hand delivering this body to the circle. And as you approach, that's when one of the mushrooms kind of perks its head up. And it's kind of like if the other mushrooms had like these big eyes with like a little bit of twinkle and a smile on their face. This guy, he's just got like squinty eyes and like a furrowed little mushroom cap. And, hey, what do you think you're doing with this guy? Yeah, you
Special
gotta leave him
delivery.
here, are you?
Yeah. Is that okay? Can
Why?
you use this?
He dead, ain't he?
Yeah.
He smells dead.
Mushrooms, they decompose dead things, right?
That sound good.
Who told you
son.
that?
Good eats.
Sorry?
Who told you that?
Oh, that's true where we're from. We didn't know. I just trying to anticipate your needs.
Well, I like we do like flesh.
And that's what I drop him.
You just drop him. Hey, come back here. And you see like all the little mushrooms are like.
I'm airborne.
Oh,
I pick up this. You're out of here.
It's like piranhas. It's
And
horrible.
they're sort of like moving forward and kind of like at a snail's pace chasing you as you skedaddle into the woods.
that was more frightening than I anticipated.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting
They
that.
were at the little. They were
What?
not singing.
No work.
And so right here, that's your little preview scene to the movie. We're gonna introduce our characters now.
Okay.
So we're just gonna go around real quick and just introduce everybody and just tell us just a little bit about your character as we begin the session here. And so, why don't we start here with Maple?
Maple is a feathery-winged fairy barbarian, currently aloft holding Vish, horrified at what used to be happy mushrooms. She's had a long day. At the moment, it's just get away from the mushrooms that are suddenly piranhas. She's really confused on what to do next. Maple's trying to figure out if we should go and start some kind of a thing on stage to get. I'm waiting for Shion to tell me what to do. Tell you the truth.
Sounds good. Well, since you name dropped Shion, let's go up that way. Let's
I did it.
hear from Shion.
Alright, I'm Shion. I'm playing an elven wizard. She used to be an orphan. Well, she was an orphaned elf, and she was taken in by a man. doesn't remember much of anything that happened in the time, except that he was a great man and she has no idea what happened to him. Currently searching for a ring. It's a very special ring. It was lost at the carnival. We almost had it, and then we lost it. Currently super concerned about the one that we left behind at Green. And we definitely need to go try to find a way to rescue him. But right now we're trying to find a way to lure Granny away. And I had talked about perhaps what we could do is we could make a false invitation to lure her away that says that something's happening at Yarn. So that's my thought as of now, and we'll see how that goes.
All right, let's move on next here to Vish.
Hi, I'm Isaac. I am playing Vish. Vish is a Triton artificer. She is currently looking for her set of tinker tools that her grandpa gave to her. As far as the situation now, she is kind of in the midst. I don't know. She's kind of freaked out about the kind of braining of this dwarven guy. She kind of got excited a little bit, at least on Maple's behalf, kind of looking the fact that we heard something about Maple's brother, but we unfortunately didn't get any more information out of it. So she's kind of interested in what's going on with that, as well as kind of worried, which is weird, but worried a bit for the party because she just has a sneaky suspicion that it seems very dangerous to go back to that place that we were at. So she's kind of quietly kind of just worried, kind of biding time and kind of seeing what's kind of going to happen next.
Well, fortunately, whatever bad things may come, the party or the chat has alerted me to the fact that I didn't have our stream element store up, so I'm fixing that right now. So, because it seems like the chat wants to buy you some rerolls, which you probably need. All right, let's move on here to Arlo. Let's hear from Arlo.
Hi. I'm Joe. I play Arlo. I appreciate a good reroll. And Arlo is a Haringen monk who has recently found the lost item that he was looking for, which was this tiny little coffin filled with his adopted child's remains. But there's like a catch because the coffin seems to be attached to an animated doll that we don't know if that's like its life source. The doll is really good at sewing, so it's like hard to decisions and stuff. So currently, the unicorn mentioned the idea of trying to lure her out of her hole by putting on a performance somewhere else. We talked about some plans for what to do, like how we might be able to do that, or we only maybe the starts of plans. So I don't know. I'm thinking along those lines. He's just trying to think of ways we could maybe accomplish that. And that's it.
All right, and then let's go last here to Lim Green.
Hi. I'm Jenna. I play Lim Green. She is she is sort of like a very short tiefling that is slowly being cursed to turn into a hag. And she is a wizard. What kind of brought her here and met with this group is she is still in search of a doll made of hair, which was, if I remember right, I was just flipping through my notes to remember the details, but it might be in a different notebook. Which was a doll made from the hair of her mother, I think,
Yes.
is what it was.
Or at least that's what you were told.
That's what I was told. So she's trying to seek that out because that was her last real clue to finding out what happened to her and like why she got this curse and hopefully try and break it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think in terms of like demeanor right now, probably in the same line as Vish right now, and feeling a bit nervous, like maybe unprepared. Like she wants to help Will like a lot because these kids have been through too much already, but she also is recognizing that I don't know that with when Will was fighting the witch, that was a whole other level that I think Lim is feeling not very confident about. So that's where she's at right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the big thing we learned last time, sort of through a dream sequence. And Lim has maybe not discussed it too much, might still be processing it before sharing with the group too much, but implication is that the third hag, Endelyn Moodengrave, is sort of adopted mother of Lim. So, um, that's where we're at. The group is heading. I guess I'm making the assumption that you're heading back to Little Oak to hunker down maybe for the night and, devise your plan or whatnot. And so I would say as you're kind of traipsing around this forest, the once um, there's always sort of a floral fragrance on the air and maybe like very distinct pine smells, like these very rich naturalistic smells have sort of dampened a bit and have given way to the smell of rot and um, a little bit of just kind of like mold and decay from like a sick forest. And uh, you're seeing some evidence of that along the trees and such. You remember originally when you came this way from the pool back to Little Oak, it got better the closer you got to Little Oak. But now you even saw a little bit when the dwarf died. The mood of the forest changed. And it hasn't really lifted since. Even when you went to that little circle of mushrooms there, it feels the mood, the feeling, the emotion, the quality of the forest has soured. And oh, is that a Kogo I see in the chat here? Redeemed by DM reroll. There we go. See, that's why I turned it back on. Thank you so much for the DM reroll.
Go no.
And thank you for the subscription. 37 months in a row. Thanks for the support.
That's a lot of months.
So, as you're traveling through the woods and sort of noticing all of this, maybe it's a bit alarming, but suddenly, like true urgency kind of races through your minds as you're looking up ahead. It's starting to get dark out, indicating, the passage of time and like how nighttime sort of works here and thither, sort of a mirror of probably the days on the material plane. But it's getting dark. There's sort of an orangish sky. It's starting to give way to what will soon be a dark violet horizon up ahead. But there's sort of you just catch it, like one of you, whoever, maybe it's Maple. If Maple's kind of scouting ahead, maybe a little bit above the trees or whatnot, you'll see an orange blaze up ahead and the very faint screams of children.
Mm-hmm. Guys,
Yeah.
I know things have gotten a little weird since we took care of the dwarf, but that's not just the feel of the forest. That's actual. But where the kids are in trouble.
And Lim starts jogging. Yeah.
So you start racing ahead. I'm going to share a map with you.
Ooh, yes,
And
please.
almost immediately, you're going to see the entire kind of field, that open clearing where Little Oak, the treant, was, seems to be empty and devoid of the treant. You don't see it, And as you are making your way into the clearing, what you see is just chaos. There's a lot to describe here, but this is just like you've just come into some kind of an evening raid on the children of Little Oak. And more alarming, maybe than anything else, is that the treant isn't here. The treant really to be a guardian for these children. And so what you see are 3 of these little small creatures, maybe 2 feet, certainly no bigger than 3 feet tall. Just nasty looking critters with like red stocking cap, everything on it sharp. It's got big, long, sharp claws. His teeth are razor pointed on end, and even his mustache of each of these creatures kind of just sticks out almost like some kind of like prickly plant or something growing off of its face. His eyes just grow red, and all 3 of these things kind of almost identical to your eyes. They hold in their hands these kind of sickle-like weapons, although I would say at the moment they're all kind of got those maybe actually strapped to their back, wearing these big, heavy boots that just sort of clomp and stomp around on the dirt. Each one of them has in their hands a big, huge, oversized, like burlap sack, and you can see them chasing after some of the children, nabbing them, grabbing them by the scruff of their neck, and like tossing them in the bag. Accompanying these nasty customers, you see a kind of bluish gray skinned figure that looks a little familiar. In those last moments as you left Loomlurch, you saw Will of the Feywild transform into this hulking, hunchbacked creature with sort of this stark white, kind of straw-like hair and sort of azure blue eyes, with arcane magic just crackling at his fingertips. It's unmistakable. The uncanny resemblance to the human boy that you knew, Will. But now this kind of towering 10-foot tall hulking creature seems to be cornering over here Reuben Sugarwood, the little halfling who unwittingly got brought here from the Witchlight Carnival. And behind him, he has the little girl Mishka, who had been kind of sentenced to work in the kitchen. And he's got her behind him, and he's you can see he's quivering and shaking, but he's putting up a brave face and trying to protect her from the predator here. You see off in the distance, little pincushion is there, just kind of bewildered, like looking around, trying to figure out what to do. Towards the back here, you can see all number of children just fleeing towards like the top part of the map, north ways, away from you. They're being chased around by that little ghoulish little child with the pig mask, and she's just and just playing some kind of obscene version of tag with them as they all go screaming. Some of them cowering and hiding behind trees and bushes and such. And then finally, maybe the last ominous sign that you see hanging up in the sky, a rocking chair that is just hovering and rocking back and forth. No rider, but just sort of there as like a sentinel. And then, at this point, you can roll initiative.
Gee, thanks.
I've rolled all my people already, so... Alright, I see 5 rolls, so I think we're good to go, and here, at the top of the order, are these red caps. These nasty little impish creatures. And I'm going to say that on their turn here, you see this one right here, grabs hold of Star, the little displacer beast kitten, grabs her by couple of her tentacles. You can see her trying to use her Displacer Beast feature, but it doesn't seem that it has had any effect. He grabs it's seeming like the right one and stuffs it, throws that in the bag of this squirming. There's at least one other kid in the bag, and he's just kind of trompsing around as he does so, trying to keep control over it. This one over here manages to grab a human child, and this one up here grabs Bobby the dwarf and stuffs him in. You can see he's got a hand on the ginger-haired girl Sloane. He's got her by the hair. She's next, but for the time being, he's got Bobby in there. Some of the kids are scattering. You can see one of the girls up here is just making her way to the tree line. And then it is Vish's turn. What? You just come in into the clearing, right past a few of the hammocks that the kids use to sleep. Those kind of... It's a little crowded lately with all of the newcomers here, that they put up some hammocks and bedrolls over here by a campfire to accommodate all the extras that you brought back from Loomlurch. And you could just hear like kind of the terror, the screaming. The kids had just gotten back to this place of relative safety, and now they are being threatened to go right back where they came from.
Well, Vish would immediately... Well, could I say that she already was in her armor, or
Yeah, like if you did stuff like that, you popped a rage or something, all those things that you were doing, you heard danger, you were probably prepping for a battle. Any of those things that you have that you wanted to have done prior to getting this scene, we'll say you can have like at least, you know, a couple such actions that you took.
Okay, sounds good. Well, in that case, I will, off the bat, let's go here. Oh, I don't know if I am able to move. I don't know if I'm able to move my...
I always have to turn that back off.
Sorry about that.
Okay, try it now.
There. Okay, I'm going up against... I have my little wicker basket armor on. I know that I see that you have Squirt. Normally I say that he would be kind of just placed up with me, kind of in a little like protective cone on top of my head.
He, like, as you're running, he starts to float up off of your head. He's like, "Get on up there, Vish, I'm right behind you."
You can do that!
I can fly. How do you think I get around?
I don't know. I never watch you. You're always just in a new place every time I turn back around. Oh, get up here. I need my co-pilot, Buddy. And I'm going to go ahead and step up. As I do, a little like kind of lame, kind of like static, kind of you could hear like when you're trying to turn on the barbecue, but it's not working. The gas isn't getting through. You just hear and I go and I try to punch this red cap right in the face with my thunder gauntlet.
Sounds good.
All right, here we go. Did it go through? No. Okay. I'm going to try. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I did the wrong one, but still. 14 to hit.
All right, so you take a swing, crackling, electrical, thunderous. There's just like a thunderous kind of like seismic aura like around it. And as soon as you hit, this guy's just like.
It's kind of like that, but it's a lot less impressive.
You hit him square in the face. Oh!
I hit him. Okay, so what this does is disadvantage for hitting everyone but me until the next turn.
And you can just see like his nose kind of is crooked, his mustache is all like kind of off kilter, and he grabs it, snaps it back into place, fixes the mustache.
And I'm gonna press another, like, I'm gonna click up, and when there's like a little kind of branch kind of holding down, I'm gonna click the lever and push it down, and you'll just see like a little like extra few bits of like armor start, and I'm gonna use my bonus action as a to get temporary hit points. So I'll add that to my little temp hit points because I feel like I might need it.
So
that's it.
Following right behind you, hey buddy, the oil can comes over here. Somebody say oil.
Yeah, sure.
And he is going to squirt some oil at this. So little squirt just kind of tips his can over, and you see all this like boggle oil squirts out the other end, forcing the red cap to do a dex save. Which he makes. And it actually covers a 10-foot square here. Oops, that much. Right here. That is all oil covered, and so it just kind of douses. It's like way more oil than he filled Squirt up with, but seems like whatever enchantment is on him, he's able to like kind of like magnify the volume of whatever contents he has, and so that whole area is just slick black. And that's his turn. And then next up we have Shion.
Okay, so I would like to go ahead and cast a firebolt at the guy who's covered in oil. But my question is, do I have a clear shot there? Because I do see that Squirt's there and Place for Beast. And I'm thinking Will. And, okay. So I'd like to go ahead and cast that button.
Alright.
Perfect. So we'll roll 2. Nice.
Alright,
work.
that'll hit.
Woohoo!
9 points of damage.
And Morrissey's covered in oil?
He made his saving throw, so he's not actually covered in oil himself, but the space underneath him is.
Perfect.
So he blasts, and he's just like putting out little flame off of his facial hair. And he's just getting real pissed off. We're gonna turn here to Maple.
Okay, Maple's gonna move over, but she's gonna get to about here, and that's when she's gonna rage. I realized you said she could rage earlier, but when she rages, she also bursts into flames, and I need to be careful with that because this is getting weird. 2 points of fire damage at a 10-foot radius as her wings just. So that happened. Then she finishes her movement, so leaves the fire over there not to hurt Fish. I get to here. And can I use Reckless Attack to grab the bag, or should I just hit him with my axe? I'll worry about the bag later. I'm gonna hit him with my battle axe.
Sounds good.
Is he still there? The 5 foot is blocking. Which red cap is that?
1.
Number 1.
Alright, I'll hit him on the combat tracker. There it is.
Alright, it is a critical hit.
Awesome.
Woo!
9 points of damage.
Nice.
Okay.
Alright, that'll bring us to Lim.
Okay. I am going to run up over here. And... oh, goody, I do have enough for that. Okay. So 5, 25, 30. Okay. 30, and then on the red cap over here, red cap number 3. There we go. I am going to do. I'm going to cast Magic Missile.
All right. This has
My
been effective
fave.
in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Let me. Sorry, I'm trying to find him on the tracker here. There we go. All right. Sorry, my computer's being slow for a reason. Drop. And drop. Oh, nice.
3 missiles, bam, 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 right into his chest. And you see him kind of stumble backwards. He drops his grip on that bag that he just grabbed one of the kids. You see the kid is starting to like kind of scramble out of it, and he's like looking straight at you. And he's just like stomping his foot on the ground.
Uh-oh.
I make a face at him. Did that. Can't do that. Okay, I think. And I don't know if this is like, whatever, but I'll do a little twist on top of my staff where I keep Teak, my little familiar who I usually have kind of hidden away. So give a little twist of the sculpture on top, let him go, and have him like fly off. So that way he'll be at the ready, but he
All right.
won't be doing anything right now.
Sounds good. Couple of the other kids have turns. This one's just hiding. There's any of you have a keen eye, you'll see that some of the kids are over here just kind of tucked in bushes and whatnot, just kind of quivering and ducking, hoping that this all just passes by. But then it's going to be Will's turn. And you see Will steps forward a bit, and then he like snaps his fingers right as Ruben is like kind of holding his hands up like he's about to get cracked on the skull or something, but Will just snaps his fingers, and suddenly you see Ruben, this halfling. He just seems like kind of like he puts his hands down, drops as a kind of defensive act, and he just reaches backwards to where Mishka is and grabs her.
Nope.
And he looks back and he says, "You can trust him. He'll take you somewhere safe." And he just kind of pushes her into Will's arms. Arlo, it is your go.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll move up to here. Just above red cap number 1. I will swat at him first with a quarterstaff. Hold on. Guy. Ooh,
Yes.
17 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right, for for bludgeoning damages, and then I'm gonna snap kick him right in the kneecap. Do a lot of ninjaing right now.
Ninja Rabbit.
Oh, except I'm not so proficient in that.
Stretching.
I tried, you know. I said,
yeah.
"You let those kids go, you nasty jerk." And then that's it. For me.
It is Pincushion sees you, Arlo, and you can see him just kind of like, tiny little doll. He's just kind of doing a little manic dance as he tries to run past here. But you see Will reaches out and just grabs Pincushion and has him by his head, and he's just like running in place. Arlo! 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 Help!
Oh no.
Moving past all these kids. A number of them are fleeing, running away. Sloane over here is just you know, kind of feebly kind of hitting this little creature, this stout little creature, trying to get him to release Bobby. She's like, "You asshole, let go of Bobby."
Whoa.
And that's gonna bring us. So Pig is just running around chasing after these kids. Doesn't seem like So Pig is really the little ghoul, is really trying to capture them. Is really just delighting in frightening them. Is just chasing them about. So these kids just kind of run off screen here a bit, while So Pig runs in behind. And that is going to bring us to the top of the order. And that red cap that has taken quite the beating here at this point is going to pull out its sickle. It's going to try to attack Vish. 18 to hit Vish.
Oh, yep.
There, I guess I can drag that on there. Dishing out 9 points. Second attack. I will use my DM reroll.
Oh, thanks.
Just in case. Because I know if Corey is out there, he'll just keep buying them. So
He.
Oh, is that how it works? I was like, oh, we got that out of the way. No, we didn't.
I don't know if he's still there, but if he is. All right, 19 to hit.
Oh, that's good. That's good use of your reroll.
That was a good use. Get to tack on another 9 points.
Natural 20 on the concentration check
Ooh.
again.
Ouch.
And a third one. How about that?
Yep.
He's just like very speedy as he cuts through the air with that sickle. Kind of making quick work of that armor that you just, with flair, put on.
I really need a bit of armor, guys.
That's gonna bring us to red cap over here. Uses its action to grab Sloane and stuffs her in the bag as well. Just moves over here. Bit slower pace, gets right in behind Will. And then this third red cap just scrunches up his face. He starts to smooth out. He drops the bag that has the two kids in. Straightens out his mustache. He's stomping, and he just starts booking it towards Lim. And as he does so, he lifts up that big iron boot. And yeah, you're pretty short too, so it's just going to be like a boot to the face if it connects. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
You got it. Sorry, I'm clicking, I promise. Dexterity saving throw?
Yes.
Oh,
you
no.
go down, like it just bam hits you. There's like a big boot print that just like, gets a big indentation right in your face, and you go down prone.
All the treads.
Uh-oh.
And you take 22 points of damage and are just out cold.
Yeah, I'm out. That was all my hit point.
And then he's just like on top, just like, hey, yeah, stomping around, just relishing in that word. And that's
Wow.
gonna bring us to Bish. So you
I can't believe you literally got 2 to the 1, 22 out of my 22 hit points.
It was exactly enough to the lights out. So Vish, you see that over there, just like you feel the impact, like it hurts you, like you feel like you just got kicked in the
No.
face.
I feel like I've been like stabbed 3 times.
Well, now your
And
face
getting-
hurts
and
too.
kicked in the face. I'm going to yell out, "Well, where you going? You're supposed to be helping a friend, not hurting them." But I mean, I'm going to. I need to get them up. I'm going to. Yeah. Does it look? I'm looking at the red cap. Does he look like he is gonna continue to beat on Lim?
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
Yeah. I'm going to take I'm gonna take the opportunity attack, try to get over to Lim to get
Okay.
some of that nasty healing balm in her face.
We go.
I like this idea.
13 misses.
Now, I'm gonna move here and cast a Cure Wounds. Cure Wounds. There we go. Heal, and I want to heal combat tracker. I could just pull it onto the combat tracker, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Heal. There you are.
All
And
right.
then you just nasty, just like kind of Vicks Vapor Rub smelling, but kind of like every once in a while there's like a hair, but it's all this. Get down, careful. That was my action. Bonus action. I'm just gonna pick up my other arm and click that other lever and just try to put a little bit more armor on and get another few hit points back for 10 hit points. And that will be it.
All right. So consciousness regained, although Lim, as your eyes are coming open, you're probably seeing like a boot like coming down to like curb stomp you. Like that's the scene as you're waking up.
Oh god.
Squirt the oil can. He just says, "Hey, don't worry, Vish, I got your back. I'll cover you." And he just like a little pointed part goes horizontal, and he's gonna go. He's like ramming speed.
Yes.
Please, what you do? You can do these things.
And the red cap just like kind of ducks, and he goes, "Ooh, now I'm over here, but now I'm
That
in
was
this blind spot." And then it is Shion's turn.
Alright, so I want to go ahead and move up by red cap number 3 and cast defensively burning hand. Can I get there and do that?
You got 30 feet of movement, so yeah, you could get up there.
Yes, I can. So, right there. Yep. And then I will burning hands him.
All right, Dex save.
Um,
So he will make it. He'll take half of your damage.
Alright. Here we go.
ooh. Oh, that.
Yikes.
Oh, ugh.
We have a reroll on that, right?
Oh.
Not on the damage, unfortunately.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
You're really trying to be careful not to hurt Lim.
Yeah, like
You
the,
need to
the
let that go.
majority
You
of
need
the
to-
arc,
that's
the
it,
torrent just
exactly.
kind of is a little bit angled too high, and you get his like eyebrows get singed off, and he looks a little funny. But,
Hey.
all right, that will bring us to Maple.
Maple's gonna go just a little airborne and back up a touch. And then she's gonna use her bonus action to do 2 points of damage in a 10-foot radius. To do 2 points of damage to the red cap.
All right.
And then fly right back in. And attack recklessly with her battle axe. Which I think I have clicked. I do.
That'll hit.
Here we go. He's still up.
He is still up. He's sort of like kind of bobbing a little bit, wobbling, but he's still on his feet.
And you have the 2 points of damage? I didn't move it.
I did, yep.
I got it. Oh, okay, I was about to do it. Okay, thanks.
Next up, Limb. As I said, foot is like raised up, and then you see like an arc of flame kind of shoot at him. It kind of turns its head momentarily.
I'll use that momentary look away to kind of like roll out of the way and like stand up, kind of like just a roll and hop, and she's like kind of like looking like, ha! Like,
Yeah, so
eyes wide.
are you trying to get out of his reach?
No, that was more of like a
Oh,
flare
okay,
thing.
just to stand up. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. So yeah, just standing up, but so she stands up, has some of the gross tissue on her face. She is going to point at the red cap and cast Hex. Now that I'm saying that, I might be regretting it because that was a hard kick. But I'm gonna cast it anyway.
You cast Hex. His big, sharp, bushy mustache just goes like real limp, droopy.
And then, okay, so that's a bonus action, and then for my action, I would like to cast Toll of the Dead.
Yes.
All right.
Drag this over, please.
Nope.
Fail. Sorry, my computer's lagging. Did that work? Oh, it did. Wait, no.
Your thing that you did to make him do a saving throw worked. His saving throw succeeds, so no damage.
Dang. Oh yeah, so no damage from the thingy too. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna move away from this guy.
Okay.
Probably better than the boot. Actually, no. I'm scared. Okay, I'll stay. Never mind, I stay.
You can see he's like reaching for his sickle. No. All right. So you stay put. It is Will's turn. He takes both Mishka, Pincushion. He's got a bag of his own that he stuffs them in, and just kind of sneers at Ruben, who's just looking at him kind of like dumbfounded. He's under some kind of enchantment. And Will looks over in this direction, and he just says, "Hey, yo! It's time to go! Get over here!" And you can see both of the other red caps kind of look back. And it looks like they kind of acknowledge, they give like a kind of a quick nod, but very quickly turn their attention back to those of you that they're embroiled in combat with. But that'll bring us to Arlo.
You don't get to leave with my pincushion. I'm gonna start twirling my quarterstaff around, and I'm gonna bop this guy in the noggin with it. Do we have a reroll?
do not have a
Oh
reroll.
no. They were
have any
trying, but they
rerolls.
didn't do it.
Lyra Lou, thank you for the cheer.
And I will use a bonus action to kick this guy in the face. So it's like doing like some crazy twirly stuff with the quarterstaff. And I'm gonna do like a reverse roundhouse nose break style.
So I will say, okay, I will say, because Chet was trying to redeem those, it was my bad that I didn't have that flipped back on after the charity game. So I'm gonna say you guys have 5 rerolls here if you'd like to use these right now.
Well, I would have probably used one on the
Okay.
first one. I'll use that one real quick.
Okay, that converts that to a hit,
Okay, and then I'm
Nice.
gonna pop him. I am gonna damages him.
and he goes
Yeah.
down. And as he drops, he just kind of slides in that pool of oil, and you could just hear Squirt's like, "You did it! We got him!"
Yeah, you helped. And then I'm gonna, because I used my bonus action and missed with it, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk up to Will. I'm gonna roundhouse kick him in the... Probably the knee is like as high as I can reach on this tall thing, and I missed it. I had that 9. That misses. So
Alright.
say you don't leave with whatever it is that you've got in that bag that somehow belongs to me, I think. Sort of, kind of.
What is your passive perception?
Passive perception is 16.
You can hear, so Will, what he's dressed in is he sort of has like some shredded clothes, you know, like he grew into what he was wearing as his smaller human form, and so like some of that is just like stretched to its limit and is just like basically like rags on his body, and then he's got this cloak over him that has a little pocket in it, and you see him kind of lean down, almost like he's like listening to something in his pocket, and you can't really make it out, but you do hear what sounds like a little voice, like a little scratchy voice, but you can't really understand what it's saying. But that's why he's leaning down to kind of listen to it. But sounds like he's taking some instructions maybe from something in his pocket. And that I'm going to say you see one other thing too as you get up close. You can see from over here, there's a little mouse that's like scurrying in your direction. And it's like strange behavior for a mouse. It's coming straight for you and kind of squeaking and making a lot of noise and coming straight towards you. That brings it. Ruben just kind of comes over by you, and he's like, "Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Will's here to help Arlo." And he's babbling. He's like, he's here to protect the kids. It's a big misunderstanding, I think. Other kids are scrambling. Sopig is chasing them about. Being freed, Star here leaps out of the bag, comes over here, tries to pounce on this red cap.
Star.
Lashes out with tentacles and hits. Deals
Our shooting star.
4 points of damage as her little tentacles just kind of very small lacerations on the creature's skin as it rakes against his neck. The little displacer beast tentacles barbed claw at him. And that's going to bring us up to the top of the order here. Red Cap 1 is down. Let's take it there.
Ooh.
Red Cap 2 continues over here and grabs Will's hand. And it just seems like he's kind of tugging at his arm, like. Red Cap 3 over here is getting it from all sides, pulls out the sickle, and kind of reactively turns backwards to strike at Star.
Don't you dare.
And as he does so, it looks like it would like decapitate Star if he actually did strike. Like, it's a pretty well placed blow, but you see like a shimmering blue, like kind of like diamond pattern come over Star and just like reflects his weapon off. And then you see he looks back, and when he looks back at Star, he says, of course. And then he disregards that and then focuses his attention on Lim. He's gonna make an attack against you, Lim.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Swinging that sickle, a 21 to hit. And that's gonna bring you down. The third sickle attack will come towards Shion. So he's just kind of like he's, I don't know, he's chopping wheat.
Everybody.
Thank you, Sith Lord Dave. 25 months in a row. Thank you for the subscription. And here's that third attack against Shion. 14.
Yep, I have AC 13 currently.
10 points of damage.
Out.
And that'll bring us to Fish.
It's okay. Focus on the red cap.
Fish is going to yeah, she's gonna try this too. She's gonna go ahead and kind of bend over and go, "Stop hitting my friends!" And she is these like little kind of like, you would hear like something start to like a fuse to be lit, and then like these little like twiggy like missiles come out from her back and just like really randomly, and she casts magic missile on this red cap here from back there.
All right.
That's 3, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. 3 missiles at level
Alright.
1. Bam, bam.
Nice rolling.
So 1 by 1. All 3 strike at the red cap. He stumbles backwards a little bit. He's like kind of like trying to hit them out of the air with his sickle, and of course the missiles just reroute and strike him in the back. Ow! And he's just whiffing badly.
And yeah, that'll be it. She'll stay back there, kind of getting ready for the next bomb to be applied.
All right.
Oh, I'll just call out, "What were you doing? You're supposed to be helping us." And that's it.
All right. Squirt. Squirt is gonna move up here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And he says, he doesn't say anything. He just says, "Ooh, here comes more oil." He tips himself over. Squirt big ink blast drops down over here. Gonna prompt a save from Will in the red cap here, quick. Okay, Will makes it, and the red cap. He's kind of slipping around, but his iron boots seem to kind of ground him a bit. So, both of them stand on their feet, and Squirt just kind of looks over at you, Arlo. He's like, "Oh, that makes me sad." Shion, it is your turn.
Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and firebolt right there, red cap suit.
All right, firebolt right where you're at. It'll be at disadvantage since you're in the melee range.
Oh, okay.
But looks like you're shooting at this guy.
Red cap 3, yep.
You will hit him.
Perfect.
4 points of damage. Right. He's still got some life in him. He seems like he's still got a bit. As we turn now to Maple. And that will hit. Alright, 8 points of damage.
Nice.
He finishes flying over here. Will, what's wrong with you? I'm all set.
Brings us to Lim. I knew that was going to happen. But it's a success, so I guess that's good.
Yay!
Any thoughts that Lim is having as you're laying on the ground there and you're just like your unconscious body, you're just like half taking in what's happening all around you?
Probably just no boot, no boot, no boot, no boots, please.
That seems fair.
Apropos.
It becomes Will's turn, and Will just calls out, Maple had called out to Will, and he says, "Yo! The question is, what was wrong with me before? I'm finally back. I'm normal now. I'm getting back to the business of taking these kids for the granny. Ain't that right? That's right. And my name
Maple's
ain't
eyes
Will."
Maple's eyes widen and she just goes, "Magic."
Magic. Yes. Magic indeed. Yeah, he just says, "My name ain't Will, it's Mugen." And with that, he holds out his hands and he's going to cast a spell.
Oh
no.
Yeah, I know he's gonna do this.
Let's see.
Mugen. What a silly name.
Fish and Arlo make Constitution saving throws as a wave of cold just blasts out from his hands.
So dead.
You got it.
Right, Vish, you will take half of this damage.
Mm-hmm. Let me
Do
put my
one
temp hit
reroll
points.
again.
Oh yeah, you have reroll. Would you like to use it?
If so, yes.
Okay, you'll take half.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh.
21 points of cold damage.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
And then it's Arlo's turn. Arlo, by this point, this little mouse is like kind of dancing, like kind of like running underfoot of you, kind of running circles around you. And then
What is
you got
going on
Oni
with
is
this
just
mouse?
Also, Vish
First
is
of
down,
all,
just so you all know.
we wear so many robes in the springtime. Expecting it's cold. Like looking at the mouse, like trying to decipher. I don't think there's much I'm gonna be able to do to Will, so I think I'm just gonna try to figure out what is the story with this mouse. Kind of observe it, and then I don't know, maybe reach down.
make I'll say an insight check or a nature check.
I think I'm gonna choose insight. Yep, I'll choose insight. Oh.
Okay. It appears to you you're doing monk stuff, you're kind of dodging around, you're very on on your feet, moving around, and when you look down at this mouse, it looks like the mouse is trying to like get underfoot.
Ah.
But it's having a hard time like timing quite right to like get under your foot. Like it seems like it's intentionally trying to get stepped
Oh,
on.
I step on the mouse
Okay.
gently, like 1 hit point worth of damage step.
Big tree and yes, and Silk immediately rolls into initiative.
I was wondering if that's what happened. I was like, is that mouse actually a tree?
Oh, it's really big.
I love the zoom up. To make it just bigger.
I do have this rabbit hop bonus action thing. If I still have a bonus action after that, I'm gonna try to use that just to safely move away 10 feet from Will. I'm probably
Sure.
in this direction so that I'm not like in a line with everybody again.
Sounds good. So immediately, Little Oak is here, and one of its arms, you can see like the treehouse is back kind of on the crown of his head, and he's going to take one of his big oaken arms and just try to slam down and hit Will. Smash. 24 will hit. Smacking him for 21 points. I think he's got 2 attacks. Opposite side. Just the creaking oak. Comes down, slams into him. Will is more or less moving out of the way to dodge like instant death, but he's getting scraped up and kind of hit by some of the errant branches and such. So he gets hit again. Another 17 points of damage, and with that, it's enough damage that he drops hold of the bag and is like just trying to use all of his motion, all of his dexterity to dodge out of the way of this thing. And you can see Pincushion and Mishka kind of scramble away there. All right. With that, you see that flying rocking horse kind of zoom in like right overhead here. And you notice there's something kind of moving around in that little pocket of Will's cloak. And you notice this tiny little toy, like just maybe like at most 6 inches tall, kind of climb up and out of the pocket. And it looks like a miniature version of Granny Nightshade. And she clambers up, and you see Will kind of grabs her by the hand, and she's just kind of like laughing and cackling, and she looks around, and you hear a very high-pitched voice. And she casts a spell, and this red cap, Will, the doll, the rocking horse, and her all vanish.
Yeah, pincushion with them too.
No, Pincushion got away. Pincushion and Mishka
Okay.
got away because
Good.
the Oni had dropped it. Got hit
Perfect.
by the tree. But Bobby and Sloane were with that one red cap. He still had control of his bag, so they get transported away.
Oh, isn't Sloane like the leader of the remaining children?
She was.
Oh.
It's gonna. I don't know. Maybe Zenmore is about to get promoted.
Or-
Oh God. Yeah. So that you can see this red cap over here looking backward, like. It's gonna bring us to. I think Star's gonna get another swing in here.
Nice.
So Pig is probably back here too, kind of looking back, like she's got her big lollipop that she's drops and just looks deflated and disappointed, left behind. Yeah, Star is gonna make a tentacle attack at this red cap over here. That is gonna hit, dealing 4 points of damage. Not quite enough, but as he turns back to look in disappointment that he's been abandoned, tentacle to the face. Brings us back to the top of the order. And this red cap here is going to take a swing at Shion. 14.
Yep.
7 points of damage.
I believe I dropped.
Looks like you still have 1 hit point left, it looks like.
Oh, I have 1 left. Yep.
Second swing. It's a crit fail.
Mhm.
Third attack. A 14 to hit.
Yep.
And as you drop, he kind of looks at Maple, and he's like, "Arr, go away!" And he's gonna try to run.
If you hadn't have killed them, I'd have let you go.
And you hit. How do you want to finish it?
Yeah. I just want the X to come down on him and then still get to the ground. You can describe the rest.
Okay.
Like through him to the yeah.
It's just a big gash in his back as he's like kind of stumbles, and he's like, it's pretty gruesome. He's just like bleeding out from his back. He's sort of crawling to the forest until death rattle drops. And with that, the big tree ant is just looking around, kind of looks like not satisfied with the 2 wallops that he got. But you're out of combat.
Are all 3 of you
You
dead?
take the Sopig captive, or does she run away?
She's gonna scamper into the woods.
Forever to haunt children's dreams.
Yeah, it's kind of more in this direction, less to terrorize these kids that fled into the forest. Is anybody wanting to pursue Sopig?
I think I have a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to do that, but I can't because
Gonna
I'm
gather
down.
whatever I think Vish uses. I realize I can't do the same thing and just try to stabilize with whatever that
I
goop is.
have,
don't know what we-
I have healing.
Oh,
and
okay.
So I can, in 3 turns, so I can go to Green first and use a key point to heal her, and then to Vish, and then to Shion, I think is the order they went down in.
Yes.
Thank you.
That sounds good. We don't have to belabor the recovery process here. You're gonna do what you can, and it'll be no problem. Y'all stabilize. We'll say you're all, get back to 1 hit point as you start to kind of recollect the children that have been chased away. Slowly hearing that the sounds of those frightening creatures are gone, will slowly start to come back around. Pincushion comes over to you, Arlo, and just like doesn't really say much, but just kind of like comes up to like kind of your like where your boot is or your shoe or whatever you've got on, and just kind of like is clutching at your leg a little bit, kind of quivering a bit. Um, all these other kids, most of these kids are new arrivals. They are the people that you had rescued. The ones that had been captured were some of the old, the original getaway gang. Now it's only Zenmore, this half orc, who is kind of part of that original crew.
Star's the
Star.
star of the show. The
Ouch.
knuckle slaps. And such.
Everybody, as she's laying down there, like just like armor just kind of broken everywhere. Just bits of like wicker basket. Everyone okay?
Never better.
Well, everyone that's still here is probably better than the ones that aren't here, and it's not what you meant, is it? And I tried to help you up a little bit.
Just let me lay here for a second.
Okay,
Ow.
she put you back down.
Ow! To the thud, she hits her head, and she's like slow. Boom. Deborah. Who did lost somebody? Who we lose?
Oh, Will, and
Sloan and Bebop.
What's going on with Will? Why?
the
I don't
hag's
know.
got her.
Will says his name is Mugen.
The hag's
That
got
he-
him under her control.
Yeah.
Magic.
He said something curious.
When you say the name Ruben, you see like a number of the kids like kind of like almost like recognize that name, and they're like, Ruben? He was the
What's
one that
that
snatched
name
me
mean
the
to you?
first time.
So Will is actually a kid snatcher, huh? And maybe was for a little bit trying to atone for his crimes by freeing the kids, but now is back?
Zenmore, the half orc child, she's just like, I think something really bad happened to him. I think maybe Granny did something to him. He wasn't
Okay.
like that.
Magic.
He's acting all sorts of weird. He didn't like it when we called him Will.
Right. So I'm wondering, is that like an alter ego, or did she curse him to think he's someone different, or
That one. That's the
was
one.
Will like previously actually bad, then went to being good, and now is bad? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Little Oak is just towering over you.
Thanks for the raid. I'm Butterbean.
Well, we don't get to talk to her as she's like looking up, and she can actually see him. What do you think?
Can he even speak common? He can. He's like, well, little rich. And you know that this is going to take
Yeah.
an hour. Hey, thank you for the raid there, D&D, for awesome. Raiding with 9 viewers. Thank you so much. If you haven't checked them out, go and visit their channel and give them a follow. Thanks for stopping by. Playing Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and we just got done with a very big encounter, big intense encounter. So, the group is just kind of recollecting, trying to process, I think, a little bit of what just happened. Someone that they thought, or someone that had formerly been an ally, had shown up as an Oni, and seemed to be in alignment with one of the enemy hags, Granny Nightshade. So yeah, the little oak will talk and takes like an hour to like get through. Well, I have a lot of thoughts, but you know, it could
Yes.
be. You know, doesn't really say much in that hour. Ruben, the halfling, is nearby, and he kind of goes over to you, Arlo, a little bit ashamed, and he's like, I just handed her over. I my head feels kind of funny. I was trying to help best I could. You know, it was just all chaos. All those little guys just stomping around and rounding up the kids.
Not your fault. You were enchanted, and magic can have power over people, especially if you're young. It can be hard to resist the powers of the magics.
Arlo, are you there? I can't see. I'm
over here.
okay. I'm not gonna get up because I still hurt a lot.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
you stay there and rest. I'm at like your
Listen.
3 o'clock.
Okay. I'm gonna point.
Actually,
Do
your
you think
12
that
o'clock.
that
I
same
move your
thing?
finger a little to the right. There you go.
Thank you. Do you think that happened? You think that might have happened to Will?
That's a possibility as well, but it seems like he used a name that these other children are familiar with too.
Happened before.
Because someone just said that is it Mugen or Ruben?
Mugen.
Ugin.
believe.
Mugen, like Moogan.
Yeah.
That Mugen was the one that's like kidnapped them the first time. And was that what Mugen looked like?
Yeah, some of the kids will gather around and start to tell you that they recognize him, almost like a Monsters Inc. kind of thing. Like he would pop out of their closets and scare them and spook them, and they had repeat encounters with them, and eventually he grabbed them and took them through that door, and that's how they ended up in Granny's workshop.
Oh,
And so you're getting like kind of the same story in different versions from most of these kids.
okay. So to me, this is my thought. I'm not trying to cast judgment here or anything. This is the way my mind is putting this together. Is that Bill was formerly Mugen and was snatching kids, and then at some point had a change of heart, took on the human form of a boy, helped all the kids escape, and was attempting to, atone for his sins, and then somehow Granny has regained control of his mind and retwisted his thoughts, and now he is working for her again.
I have a thought.
totally agree with that.
What's up, fish?
That is not good. That's the end of my thought.
I mean, as in you think I'm wrong, or it's just not good that happened?
No, that's not good. That I agree. That's not good. Okay.
Squirt is just like putting a little bit of oil like in various places on your body, and then like an iron, just like clamping down, like rubbing it around, like this feel good. Am I helping?
Sure.
Also, where did you get all that extra
Sure.
oil from?
Oh, if I got a little bit in there, it's just kind of a little bit of an incubator, I could create more of it.
I feel great under my open wounds. The oil just really helps. Thank you, Squirt.
Yeah, I thought you might like that.
I
Try to sneak a little bit of the oil onto my battle axe because I've got to clean it. And
Everyone needs some oil. Clunk, 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 clunk.
then I'll move over to Shion and what are we gonna do?
I don't know, but my thought is we probably still need to go get Will. Because
thought
if
is
he
that
was
we-
trying. Well,
Ellie?
here's the thing though. Go ahead.
No, she does this.
Well, okay, so I still think he's in there. I just think he's enchanted, and we've seen that. But we've seen both sides of him, but we know that he can be good and he can breed children.
I think if we can break whatever the hag's got on him, he'll definitely be good again. But I also think that you guys just dropped, and I don't know if we're ready.
Also
Like-
true.
We got whacked. We got whacked big time.
Just point to Vish. Like,
Yeah,
maybe
it's
the
out.
unicorn's plan's safer?
Yeah, so maybe if we can somehow lure Granny away, it would be easier to break the enchantment on Will and free him and the two children that he did capture. But the problem really lies in my new problem really lies in, are we safe to leave these current escaped children and go attempt to lure Granny Nightshade away? Because they know apparently where you are now because they came to kidnap you. Um, you know, and come and saved Little Oak, we would all be pretty much toast.
Um,
Little Oak,
And-
can we like relocate the camp or something? Can you relocate and then shelter the kids while we go?
Little Oak nods and says, "We have been here, this grove, a long time with Will. Granny never seemed to bother us. We could stay here, problem. But now must uproot. These children must stay on the move. Perhaps, perhaps now we even leave thither. Said you come from another place."
Oh, yes. You know,
Yawn.
don't know how to get back to. We came from hither, but prior to that, we were at a carnival, and prior to that, we were in Faerun. I don't know that we know how to get there, but I know someone who might.
Yeah.
Claw?
Double claw.
Is Clapperclaw back at the cave with the dude who spins gold?
He is.
Or
He's.
Uh-huh.
I think you had
Yes,
him
okay.
hanging out, keeping that guy company,
We
or
left him,
waiting
yep.
for you.
I think we have an air balloon there too.
Uh-huh.
That's
Something,
why. To keep an
right?
eye on the air balloon. That's what it was.
Yeah, so we
Yeah.
could. Oh, we could go there. We could talk to the gold spinner guy, and for Claw, and see if we can come up with a plan to help these children. A really good orphanage in Waterdeep. I could give you directions if you make it back to Faerun.
I'm thinking either way, we might need to go and start now. I mean, even if we aren't able to leave from here, I mean, just leaving from here, I think the Grove might be the best option. Maybe we start on the move now.
I think we should start making our way to that southwest area where we first came in.
Mm-hmm.
Thither.
Maple?
We can plan while we're on the move our next steps.
Yeah, we'll probably need the balloon to get to Jan.
Maple, I'm ready to get up now.
Oh, okay, yeah. And I'll fly over.
Uh,
So the hour is getting late. You're all pretty battle worn. Um, I think at some point maybe Ruben will. He will probably concur with you. Like, yes, you need to get on the move now. The treehouse probably a little cramped for everyone to get smashed into, but some of the kids start to
I have
take
the
down
rope
some
trick
of
for tonight. I have the rope trick for tonight. We can go in that.
the. I'm sorry.
I have a rope trick. We could go in that for the night while the kids are in the treehouse.
Not how rope trick works.
Yeah, I don't.
That's 1 hour. And the position doesn't move.
Oh, okay.
Well,
It
the
works differently. Okay.
otherwise, I mean, the kids and such, they were gonna start taking down maybe some of the hammocks and whatnot, and start to string them up in Little Oak's branches, to make a little extra room as the treant. No need for the treant to take a rest necessarily, and can start moving you to the southern part of the realm. So you can go and catch up with Clapper Claw, who would be a fine escort if the plan is to get these folks over to Hither, maybe a little bit out of Granny Nightshade's reach, at least for the time being, and also to recover your storm cloud.
Yeah, and if we did go back to Hither, if we did have him go back to Hither, maybe we could send him to the inn. Just gotta watch out for Peter
yeah.
Cottontail or whatever his name is, the rabbit with the
The one that they sing.
scarf. Yeah.
Yeah, and it probably
Long
seems like the
scarf.
kids don't have much, so they might be, I don't know, not his usual marks, maybe. But they'll collect up their things, and their pots and pans and toys are scattered about the big field here. Anything that any of you want to do or talk about this next evening?
Well, okay.
oh.
I just kind of want to talk about a future plan.
Mhm.
The unicorn mentioned going to Yan and trying to put on a production there to get Granny to leave. But if we have Perclaw taking the kids to Hither, we probably have many days for that to happen, and then before we could get to Yan. So we could maybe stay near the guy that spins the gold and try to make a plan and figure out how to make a production. You know, does anybody know how to put on a play? Musical, maybe? Cabaret, perhaps?
The unicorn said there was a stage there. We just got to get him using it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Gotta convince them to put a show on?
We'll figure out who they are and motivate them.
Thanks for the raid.
I
I'm
might-
Butterbee.
I don't know. I don't want to say it's helpful. In fact, it might make things a tad more difficult. But I kind of recently remembered some things. I know the witch from Yon. She's kind of the one who cursed me, so she might recognize me a little bit. And she's gonna kind of like sink further back into her mess of hair, like the hair, like she just kind of pulls like her hair like a curtain to close over her. Yeah. Yeah, there's that bit of thing.
So maybe we'll segue into something as you bring this up. And first, I want to say thank you to Goodman Games for giving us the raid. Thanks for stopping over, Lyra Lou. Thank you so much for the cheer. Yeah, awesome. Thanks for stopping by. We're playing Wild Beyond the Witchlight here tonight. But maybe we'll take you for a moment to someplace a little bit more OSR. As Lim goes and goes back into that dream that we opened up after the long break we had. We opened up with this scene of you walking up a dirt road to this small, tiny village, very kind of pastoral scene, tiny little remote village with a big wooden palisade that is built up around it. You can see there is a river that seems to cross through this quaint little village. There is a mill with a big wheel slowly gaining some traction from this tiny stream that's just struggling to make that worthwhile. And there's a castle that looks like it is built up on a hill. Sorry, I should take that back. The beginnings of a castle. Just sort of the foundation of such a thing. And you are walking with this beautiful woman, sort of a long black gown. She herself just has these very sharp features. She's beautiful in her own way. Someone that you know as Auntie Zybilna. And she looks down at you and she says, "Do you know what this place is, child?"
Would she know? I don't know if she's heard the name before. Because I know
So-
Auntie had brought her on all these walks.
You're being asked this question,
Mhm.
You're being asked this question, and it's as if you, Lim, from the present, are
Mhm.
in, like you're talking to her. Like you
Oh,
feel that
okay.
you're in your child-like body, and she's
Mhm.
talking to you, but like you're
Okay.
just sort of disoriented and confused. And
Okay.
so she asks you the question, kind of knowing that you don't. She says, "This place is called Hamlet. It is a village
Oh.
from where I call home."
Oh. What are we doing in Hamlet?
Well, it is a long, complicated story. I was not always as I am now. I have done my fair share of cruelty, and it is perhaps this truth about my origins, my true self that I'm here to atone for. See, my son is responsible for some great evil here. So we're here to soothe wounds, to soothe pain. And she just kind of raises a hand, and you can see this whole town just has this kind of like weather beaten kind of feel, like it has been through some shit. Like the there's scorch marks on some of the buildings, like they look like they've endured fires, and the people look sullen and dour and just run down. Like life has just ground them down um, to exhaustion. But as she's kind of waving her hands about, almost like a conductor in front of an orchestra, you can see like kind of plant growth, like vines erupt out of the earth and start to kind of coil up along the palisade, and flowers start to bloom. You can see these big dead patches where they're just barren, where there's like maybe still some like pumpkins and stuff that are like rotten pumpkins from like last year's harvest that just start to like enlarge and become orange and bright again. And just like there's sort of this feeling of like there's kind of like a redness or a crimson in the air. Almost makes you feel kind of um like a torrential like pillar of fire could just shoot from the sky down on this little village, and that clears up, giving way to like this big bright blue sky, rays of sunlight kind of cascading down onto the town. It just completely changes the feel of this place. um and there is the Witchlight carnival, which was just setting up, kind of on the outskirts of this palisade, kind of on the slopes of the hill that gives rise to the village, and all the people, little carnival folk, Harengon folk, dwarves, gnomes, all the people that are. You can even see Mister Witch, Mr. Light, are there, and they kind of all look up at the sky and they start clapping, like this is so welcome that some good weather is being cascaded down onto their little festival, the carnival. And Zabilja just looks over to you, Lim, and she says, "Just remember that things that maybe seemed wicked or rotten to the core, there's always a chance to bring them back. There's always a chance to revitalize that is withered."
And she's gonna be kind of thinking about that for a minute. She's like, so like you like what you did here. You think that could happen to same thing can happen to me or other people I meet?
Yes, I think that there is an opportunity. I am imperiled. I am stuck. I am trapped in my own home by my own sisters. I need your help.
Okay. What can I do to help?
It is imperative that you go to Jan. There's an item of great importance. Just follow the path that you're already on. Follow your lost things. Not just yours, but those of your comrades. We'll find the thing, the item that you need. You'll know it when you see it.
She kind of looks at her like she was just about to ask like what it looks like, and then she just kind of like droops like, of course that's the answer.
I am limited in what I can communicate to you through this dream, but you will know. Find it. You must bring it to Palace of Heart's Desire. Free me. I can return not only those things that you physically have lost, but those things, those emotional pieces, those pieces of you that you lost so many years ago. I can make it all right again.
Lim not sure what to say is gonna just nod very quickly, like not hesitating.
Stand, child. Now, I believe a little bit of levity is in order. Let us go. Let us go to the carnival. Let us put aside the worries, the dreariness of what is currently happening. Have a bit of fun. She just kind of reaches down. Again, you're kind of childlike. Reaches down,
Mhm.
grabs your hand, and leads you towards the carnival. And your memory of this dream, this hazy dream, is Zabilna taking you through the carnival, playing the games, going on the rides, the little minecart ride of horror, taking a ride on the carousel with the unicorns, even maybe popping into one of those hovering bubbles and just getting kind of a bird's eye view of not only the carnival but Hamlet itself. And as you're doing this, you see on the horizon um, like a big conglomerate of people kind of coming towards Hamlet from the east. There's um, kind of a tiefling looking figure, very badly scarred and burned up looking, and there's a big barbarian kind of looking guy who seems to be talking a lot at everyone else and talking about a trash sword he had, and um, there's there's another guy who just keeps saying something about Absalom being the greatest hero and he was the one that saved the day and blah 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 blah. So, and then as that happens, your vision kind of comes back and you're like back in this conversation. You were just telling them, your comrades, a little bit about some of that dream that you were having.
Maybe like while she was like explaining this, she kind of like as she's like pulling her hair over her face, she just kind of like freezes up a little bit, and she's like, and kind of rather than get too much into the nitty gritty of like, okay, now I had another one, like getting to that, she just goes on as if it was all just one, just to keep it clear, and she'll explain how she knew the witch from Yon. Vilna she kind of considered like an aunt, and basically kind of summarize and reiterate what she recalled in the dream that she just had now. And then after that, she's just going to be still in her tent of hair, just sitting there. Maybe like one of the little mushrooms that grows out of her broken horn. You see it kind of like twitch as if it's like looking towards them, but she's like totally hidden.
Right. That was, I mean, Just sound like a nice dream. You shouldn't be ashamed of it. Seems like
What?
your auntie was nice.
She was, but like what I'm concerned with, and then she just kind of fixes all. What I'm like nervous about is like what if they like recognize me? Like what if me being there causes problems for you guys? Like I don't want to like I feel like we're on the right track, but I also feel like it's like a tightrope. So like a tightrope at the carnival. So it's like there is this way that we're going, and it seems like a good way, but it's also really really thin. Like we might like fall off.
I
So
catch you.
and she's nervous.
Don't worry, I'll catch you. I can fly.
Okay.
She's
Okay.
gonna look. Hello?
Yes.
What comforting thing do you have to say right now, Arlo?
Well, comforting thing to. Well, we have your back, and I am confident that you will not put us in danger, or even if you do, we're here for you. So, we're willing. Most of us, I would say, probably willing to take that risk. I mean,
Yeah.
well, I can't speak for like Ruben over here, but the rest of us.
Ruben goes to open his mouth, but Pincushion steps forward and just like looks up at you, Lim, and he goes, "Yeah, we got your back, Lim."
Lim is kind of all like, she's like, okay, and she's gonna give him like give Pincushion a little scruffle on top of the head. She's like, okay, okay, and she's like, sounds like she's feeling a bit more confident, and is gonna share that I think our what we're doing now, going to Yon. Let's keep doing what we're doing. I think that might be for the best. If you
I
all,
think it'll be okay. Look how much we've overcome already.
yeah. And she's trying to ignore the fact that she totally got curb stomped by a red cap not too long ago. She's like, yeah.
Nothing a little
I think
oil
we-
can't fix.
That's right. I
Doesn't kill you, makes you stronger.
definitely need to
Yeah,
take a
that's
shower.
definitely thing people say.
We can't. We're definitely not doing it without you, so that's not an option. You're coming.
Right.
We're doing.
That's
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
what I was gonna fall back on actually.
Okay. You just
We're gonna
nice.
need all of us.
Yep.
And then I look
Okay.
at some of the kids and I go, most of us.
Okay. I thank you. Thank you. That'll be I think it from Lim for now.
Scene.
So you all get cozy in your little nooks in the tree. Night passes peaceably as Little Oak travels all night long through the woods, and as dawn makes its way into your perception, as your eyes start to flutter and take in the light of a new day, you can see just off in the distance approaching, and you're getting closer and closer. You can see the hot air balloon with sort of the. I guess you have, yeah, it's just the regular hot air balloon is
Mhm.
what you have there, but it seems like it's well cared for. You see Clapper Claw very diligently kind of checking it over, and seems like has done his part to keep an eye on it. And then as he sees you can see his kind of, even though he doesn't have eyes, he's got the big stag horn that you acquired for him. He kind of does one of these, and he's like waving his claw. Hey guys, you're back.
Guys.
And Little Oak brings you over there and sets you down to kind of get reacquainted and catch up, and says, "Oh boy, it's so good to see you guys. Been
You
real
too?
quiet." over here, looks like you found the kids, huh?
A bunch of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's more, but we got a bunch of them.
And Will too.
The
Oh.
Will guy, and he points at like one of the posters, the wanted posters. Like that Will, you found him?
Yeah, but he
Mhm.
doesn't really look like that anymore.
No.
And
And he's under a spell. We gotta fix that sometime. It's on the list of things to do.
Blue skinned, long white hair.
Sounds scary to me.
Mhm.
It was scary. It was quite scary.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we could introduce you to some of these children. And we're thinking, I don't know if we really finalized the plan, but we're kind of thinking maybe they need to be brought to safety, maybe back to hither.
that's a thing I can do. I can go there. I can come and go. So you need me to lead them back that way? Well, it looks like
And
this big tree coming too.
Yep.
All right.
Yep,
Yeah,
he helps them
sure.
take care of them.
Bree, are you around here, or are you going to somewhere else?
Tree just says, "I go where the children."
Yep.
Half hour.
Yeah. Tells you about his charge from the forest, and Zibelliga's gone, but I still remember. Little Oak will never let go of his pledge to save the little ones, to protect the little ones.
Good for you. Perfect.
All right. Well then,
So
yeah.
how do
the
we
big tree
get
is
to
going
Jan?
Oh boy, your buddy Squirt here can help you out with that.
It's Squirt.
Oh,
Squirt's
yay,
got
Squirt!
Squirt's
Oh,
got a
oh,
plan.
Oh, good.
I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
More than just a little oil can there, Squirt, huh? And
the
I'm gonna
can
give
with
him
the
a little.
plan. Oh yeah.
I catch on the
Don't waste it all. I used up a lot.
If you're gonna use that, I won't. Yeah.
So we taking this flying thing? Let's see if I can race it. You want to race?
Yes.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Let's just arrive safely.
Of course. Yeah. Hmm.
All right. So sounds like Little Oak and the children are going to go with Clapperclaw, head back to hither.
Perfect.
And then the rest of you, as everyone's kind of gathering up and Clapperclaw's maybe going back into the cave to say goodbye to Nib, Pincushion comes over to you, Arlo, and he looks up, kind of yanks on your piece of your clothing. Arlo, am I going with them or am I coming with you?
Oh,
I really think he should come with us, Arlo. You let him. You let him out of your sight once, and it was bad.
I know. Your new
That's just my
child is asking you a question, Arlo. Your new child.
Ooh.
It's your call, man.
Abandonment?
Oh
Or,
my god.
or no?
Yeah. You could abandon him again, or yeah, or
Wow,
Oh,
that's harsh.
yeah.
Maple
Okay,
doesn't
you
realize
can
how harsh
come
it
with
sounded,
us.
though.
Somebody's
Mm-mm.
got to keep oil can company, and it'd be good to have you with, so we can.
Okay. Do I have to keep company with the oil canny? Kind of weird.
We have to
No, that's
accept all
fair.
types. It takes a village,
All
They
right.
say.
If that's what it takes, I'll go with you.
It takes
I
a
will
Okay.
talk to the metal can.
You don't always have to, you don't only have to talk to the metal. I'm just saying, at times when, we were off doing something, we need you to look after the oil can to make sure it doesn't do weird stuff.
Invite,
Okay.
yeah.
Just I hope he doesn't get any. He looks like he likes putting oil on stuff, and I'm made of cloth, red. Very hard to clean. Me.
We'll keep that in mind. Actually, you know what? Yeah, just stay away, like keep a distance, but talk to the oil can.
Maybe you got a bag or something. I could just live in there.
Oh,
What
you want to
part of
live
village?
just in a backpack?
Yeah, it's kind of scary out here.
Okay,
Wait,
sure.
does Vish have one? Oh my
I have
god.
a backpack. Yeah.
You don't want to go down
Okay.
my bag.
And he like kind of puts his hands up to like pick me up and put me in there.
Aw.
I'll be really quiet. Be really quiet.
He peek out of the top because that'd be so cute.
Yeah, so yeah, once in a while he'll peek out to like kind of see what's going on, but he assures
Nice.
Arlo he's gonna be quiet. He won't be like that oil can.
Okay.
What was the name of the guy that does all the alchemy or whatever he does?
Oh,
the
Nib.
I'm gonna. Would we have the opportunity to talk to him one more time?
Sure, you go in there. Once again, it's just a big cavern, and they're just coins, like stacks upon stacks upon stacks of coins, and he's got that spinning wheel. It seems like he's got kind of this magic touch. As soon as he touches those coins, kind of turn into like a thread that he can attach to the spinning wheel, and that's what he's able to create those. I think a lot of you took cloaks that he
Mhm.
spun together for you.
Protection.
Yes.
So you go into the cave, and he's blind,
Mm-hmm.
but he hears you.
Hello.
Oh, hey.
Fish.
Fish, was it?
Yes.
Oh, returned.
Yes, I was just thinking. You know how you said you couldn't give me strong armor? And you regretted it? Remember that? About that? How you regretted the strong armor? You were so torn up
Felt
about
so
it, remember?
long ago. It felt like it was
You were
months and
so
months
torn
ago.
up about it. I remember. You were so torn up. I
Yes.
remember that clearly.
Oh,
You regretted it
yes.
so much.
I have lots of
Maybe-
regrets. It's hard to keep them straight.
You could help me out
He
in
felt
another
really
way.
bad about it.
Do you want to know how you could help me?
Yes.
Anything to help us?
Well, you tell me your request. I could tell you how I can help.
Well, it's just simple. You just give me a lot of these gold coins, and if I find armor, I could just buy it. Just that simple.
Would do that, but realize that I am stuck here in this cave, and my treasure is a part of my curse.
Oh.
Oh,
Wait.
so you can't move the coins.
Did he
Well,
say curse?
Out of the cave?
I don't know that, but I am just forewarning you. Happy for you to take whatever it is that you wish to take. I have no need for all this wealth. I acquired it by ill-begotten means. My work. I was a terrible landlord. I overcharged people. I regret every moment of it. That is why I have been cursed this way.
Mhm.
I would hate for something to happen to you as a result of taking these valuables that are tied to me and my deal with the witch.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you're stuck here, huh? Can't even come with. Sit in the. I have all that gold, huh?
At least not until Granny Nightshade is dealt with in some way. I heard you saying out there something about having gone and rescued some children, and I don't suspect you to take up my plight necessarily, but
Do people know you? People you're good for your word?
that is not how people know me. No.
No? Oh. What the? Uh-oh. You're trying to help it
You
out.
start to see again some of those spectral figures
Uh-huh.
show up, and he's like, "Oh, please, please, just a moment of respite, please."
Just leave him alone. What are you doing? Leave him alone.
all the spirits just kind of back off.
Thank you.
You're not a
very
part of
kind.
this. It seems like they're gonna wait till you leave, maybe. Start fucking with them more.
Can I at least get maybe an IOU? Did you write it IOU? So maybe that might help.
Got a pen?
Sure, here you go.
He tries to write IOU on your. It's just all wobbly. Did I do it?
Like, you got a little bit on my hand, but that's cool. It's good. Nice. Thank you. This will definitely work. Well, also, I just wanted to say hi. I did come just for a coin. I want to make sure you're doing okay. All
Sure.
right, bye. Thanks.
Kind of you. Goodbye. Are you gone? You're gone. Then the ghosts move in. Yeah, stupid idiot. Charge me, raise rent every year, asshole. Never fixed the toilet. So
Let's.
I don't know.
Oh.
I guess he did say it was from Waterdeep. Never fixed the bucket. The hole in the
Never
bucket.
fixed the cracked chamber pot.
Yeah, we got holes in our buckets.
How cheap can you be?
All time.
So you make your way back out. And any other things, conversations you want to have, things you want to do before you? Sounds like the plan is hop into the balloon with Squirt, assuming that he can do what he says he can
I
do and
twist
get you to
him
yawn.
with my life.
We're gonna let an oil can navigate us to another realm.
Yep.
That's not far-fetched. It's not. Think about it. Look at what we've been doing.
Okay,
Didn't
go
We
that
Rob.
did
thing.
have a antlered clawed thing get us from the other realm to this realm, so
Sabra?
oil can leading us from this realm to the next one doesn't seem far-fetched to me.
Nope.
Just
He's
wanted to
been
say it
nothing
out
but
loud.
helpful so far.
Mhm.
All right. So you start to you hop in the hot air balloon, and you get it going. Still got a bit of swamp gas in it, enough to get you probably to yawn. And so you start to take flight. Squirt very eagerly, kind of hops out, levitating just outside the basket, and he's like, "It's the slowest race ever because he doesn't go very fast, and neither does the balloon." But he's like, "Hey, I think I've got a funnel on you," and he's just zooming ahead.
I'll fly out
And-
once in a while and purposely be behind him going, no, you don't. But then he's winning.
Hey, hoo, whee.
They pretend to get tired and get back in the basket.
Oh,
I'm
shucks.
just everyone's cheerleader. Yeah, keep going.
So you're having some fun as the
I'm gonna
balloon
sleep
starts
and
to.
meditate.
Some are just taking the quiet to take a respite.
I'm gonna stare at Squirt and begin to sing. Squirt is flying. Oil can't
Hey,
touch
that's
loop.
me.
He loops and touch.
Hey.
Squirt this little oil can. What do things when you sleep?
Hey, what?
Like fly to get more oil.
That's right.
And the things like that. Hello, what you gotta say? Wake up, time to sing about Squirt.
What the is going on out here?
From
It's just the
Solo.
best of time.
So you're having a grand old time. Maybe you're
Mhm.
not getting any rest after all. Yes,
I was trying.
Yeah. The balloon starts to make its way to the edge of the realm, and again, there's sort of like this mist barrier that separates thither from Yan. Pass through, singing and whatnot. As you cross through, um, very stark difference in atmosphere as you pass through. goes from the kind of lush green, floral atmosphere of the forest to mountains and a backdrop of just purple and dark storm clouds and crackling lightning that every flash of lightning gives you sort of a good sight of sort of the silhouette of the mountains and even what appears to be a distant castle, foreboding castle at the top of this peak. Um, and we share the map. We'll give you a little bit of a feel of the place that you're coming into. And as you cross in, it's very kind of like that cold, like moisture, almost like freezing cold. And your clothes just instantly become damp from not. It's not really raining necessarily, just like high moisture in
Might
the
look
air.
up.
Oh, like when it's like really, really foggy, everything just kind of
Yeah,
weighs.
yeah, you can just see like kind of moisture collecting like on the outer side of the basket, and like any of your pieces of your metal, like Maple's axe, is just sort of starting to collect that precipitation a bit. And you're greeted by a howling wind that sort of starts to shake the balloon like back and forth. And you're getting a little sick maybe from how much like weaving you're doing. Um, and then you see this lightning splits the air and hits the balloon.
Oh.
And as it does so, you're going in for a crash landing.
Oh.
And I think maybe that's probably where we will end the session is with the balloon going down. Um,
This is how I die.
Ah! Ah! What?
Should have had you stay with the others.
Nope.
Save yourself, Teak.
so we have crossed into Yan. We've moved into a new chapter, so you will all go up a level.
Oh, unstoppable.
Big one, level 5.
Ooh,
Um,
five.
Yeah. So you've managed to get through to this point, and now you know that probably your destination is that big castle at the top. That is likely her home. Um, and we will take it from there the next time that we play, which will be 2 weeks from now. Um, for the moment, we're going every other week. I might be able to reevaluate that in June or July. Maybe we'll see where we're at and whether we can get back to weekly. We'll just have to see. But yeah. Thanks everyone for hanging out with us here tonight. Thanks for the cheers. Thanks for the raids. Thanks for just supporting everything that we do here on the channel. If this is your first time stopping by 20 Sides Every Story, do please come and see us in our Discord server. Not only is that a good place maybe to grab a game, if you want to come on here and play in a game, we've got a community campaign that's open for anyone to sign up and join. Playing that, maybe you get referenced in Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and you didn't even know that was going to happen. We'll have a little Hamlet cameo. So you come in there. We've got other games other than just the community campaign. We've got a number of DMs that support games to make sure that everybody in our community has at least one active game, if not multiple. A lot of us just hang out in there in our general 2 voice chat. So if you're ever bored on an evening and you want to come hang out and talk to a number of us, we'll be in there probably talking D&D and video games and everything else under the sun. So, yeah, with that, I'll pop up the schedule because I was like muted at the beginning of the stream. So I'll pop that up here on the screen real quick. So we got something going on just about every night of the week here. Tomorrow night, Dragonlance, Rise of the Magistrate with DM Dave starts at 7 p.m. Got Tragic Sides every story. Thursday, something a little different, not TTRPG, but we got Joe T coming on to play some spooky games. Friday night, 7 p.m., we've got Temple of Elemental Evil Earth Node. If you are interested in our community campaign and what that might look like, you can check that out. Saturday night, 7 p.m., we got Storm King's Thunder with DM Casey. And then Sunday at 7 p.m., we have a Mind Flayer that pops on here, and he plays some different video games, a lot of retro games and such. Apparently, he's going to show up here on Sunday. I don't know. That's what it looks like. So, oh, there we are. So that's everything. Let's see if we can find somebody to raid here real quick. We had so many raids ourselves. We're going to pass that along. And let's go shoot a raid over to... Let's go stop by Drake Takes. See what they're up to. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you all soon.
Thank you.